Assignment 1, Best Practice Case Study. Leadership, Communication, and Technology, Dr. Davids. CRSI Case Study. Good evening. My name is Jennifer Roberts. Background. Let me give you a little background of CRSI. CRSI stands for Corporate Resource Specialist International. CRSI is the leading woman-owned human resource recruitment and consulting business established in Liberia, 2014. I am the managing director for CRSI over the past 4 years to current. Industry, human capital management. We are pretty much into training and other services. We train corporate and also our own programs that we develop and train in-house. CRSI give out certificates after every training class to show completion and certification. One of our main approach is to identify suitable candidates who can meet the manpower demands of international global companies that come into Liberia and demanding transparency, talent come to CRSI for those services. Over the years, we were able to meet one of our clients who were coming in to do an oil exploration off the coast of Liberia. They were able to collaborate CRSI and Orion Groups, which is out of London, to work on delivering full human resource services to that client. This required us to be good at sourcing talent, pretty much, to say the least. What can I say is the situation in Liberia or our problems in Liberia, to say it clearly or for you to understand the crisis that faced us. Normally you would think that everyone in the world think about work ethics the same. However, you will see people finding jobs or looking for jobs to learn, grow, and succeed. This is totally not the opposite, I would say, but one of the shortage of majority of the people don't see it that way. Why? Because we had 30 years of war in Liberia and the Ebola crisis. I wouldn't put it so much on the Ebola crisis for the education backlash. I put it more on people being out of school for almost 30 years, of in and out of school for 30 years, unstable country. And on top of that, a corrupt government that has made it difficult for the education in Liberia to be anywhere comparable to anywhere in the world. I think they have the poorest education system. There's no labs for the colleges, no career centers to show how to write your resume or how to prepare for the outside world. Also, they believe that the authority should give jobs to who they want to take jobs, even if the company is not local. They try to break through and bring that corruption into the business by putting demands on taxes or making the company totally unfunctional in the country. So we had to have all those challenges and trying to meet those challenges on a local base with connecting with local companies versus international companies to make it happen. So that is the situation in Liberia. And the project was for us to manage the HR service, and so that means we had to deal a lot with the corruption and the challenge of finding qualified people to fit these jobs with the demand of transparency, ethics, and accountability. We found that training was one of our ways of trying to bring the applicants up to par to meet the standards of these companies that were coming into Liberia. So this is one of our classes where we were training on Excel. We do intermediate, advanced, and beginner. Challenge. We were trying to stay above the market, keeping our standards, training how we find our talent, the way we present it, transparency to our clients, and most of all, keeping our standard above the normal HR firms in Liberia by being above all our competitors. One of the things we look forward to doing was getting information from our clients. What was some of the challenges they were facing with the employees that we provided them, and how do we solve the problem? We had sometime round table where we'll bring in other members of from different companies, and each company would sit down, like the head, the different MDs. They would sit with us in a meeting, and they would tell us exactly what they're looking for, what they expect, and at least to meet some standard of the global hiring process that Liberia could come close to. And so that was the way we were able to bring satisfaction to our client. Even though it was high challenge, we found that kind of difficult because the only way to reach that goal was to find what they wanted and then train to the competent ones how to get to that standard that our clients were looking for. Transparency was easy. It was more the work ethics, being disciplined to go to work, keeping their time on, being to work on time, moving paper and not just sitting there and waiting for somebody to tell them what to do. So that was one of the biggest challenges we had there. We also implemented the work readiness program that helped people learn to write their resume, prepare for interview, understand what the client is looking for from them, and then also being prepared to interview. We send sometimes 3 or 5 clients for one position after shortlisting, but also to give them the experience of what the clients is expecting and what they should expect when they go on interviews. This is some more of our training on work readiness in one of our work readiness class, but this was on time management that we did. Results. We were able to meet most of our client demands, and on this project we were sending people out of the country for advanced training and for some certification and license to Ghana, and then we also shipped them out to where there was all of the shows of Liberia. They went through Abidjan, and they were able to do the work based on the different trainings that they got and the certification that we send them out to various companies to get those certifications to prepare them for the RIC. Over here you see us giving certificates for doing well in the class and passing and making sure you had no absences. So we're very strict on time, making sure that we gain the confidence that this is going to work. So we put a lot of hours and time in there and made sure that they had something to prove that they had attended our class. And it worked because most of the people realized that based on these people coming from this class, they found a difference in the way that they were behaving at work, and they were coming in for the interview. They could tell when they came for CRSI. One example would be that we got recognition from another mining company in Liberia requesting us to continue hiring for them. We have put the site security, we have put the head of HR, the head of IT in that company. So besides this client that were doing the RIC, we had other big clients that were giving us jobs because of our training and preparation for the job. One thing I would say as conclusion, every company should look into globalization because the world is going global, but the experience and the opportunity is immense. Integrity is a challenge, but it can be solved and worked out. Satisfaction of the client is needed to keep promoting your business, but also you are